What's up, guys? Today the devs decided to randomly give us the best balance patch ever in the history of this game. We got red Deku nerfs, we got Tech Toto nerfs, we got red Dabi nerfs, rapid Toga nerfs, Hawks nerfs, Nejire nerfs, a bunch of rebalances, and some of the best HP buffs ever. Okay, so first off, Red Deku's alpha was nerfed just a tiny bit. It barely means anything, to be honest. Each pellet used to do 21 damage per, and now they do 19 damage per, taking it from 105 base without tuning to 100 damage. So, he barely even got touched. But, to make it all better, his HP is now 300, which is just like how it was when he first released like a year ago. Next, Tech Toto's alpha was nerfed by quite a bit. At low levels it's not that big of a difference, but at the higher levels he loses up to 20 damage. He only does now 84 damage at level 9. This is without tuning, so you could tune this up to be around 100. Next, Shiggy's special action got some amazing buffs. He now has 2 charges and it does 80 damage instead of 50. 84 actually. As well as Red Shiggy getting a crazy buff of over 350 HP now, which is absolutely insane to me. Now I know you guys are happy about this. Red Dabi finally got nerfed. Just by a little bit though. The main damage from his grab was reduced a little bit, but the real star of the show is his Gamma Burst damage. The small pop now only does 20 damage instead of 60, which gave him a decent boost in damage in the grab, so this will nerf the overall max damage that you can get out of the grab now. Now before we get to Rapid Toga, Tech Toga got some weird buffs and nerfs, to be honest. Her Gamma's damage was nerfed significantly, doing 120 damage at level 9 to now doing just a little over 90 damage. And if you don't know, the tracking on the Gamma was shadow nerfed a while ago, so nerfing the damage on a move that barely landed before is a bit odd to me. But this next change is pretty good, but I'm not too sure if it makes up for it. She now has 2 Gammas at all levels. Now, for the bane of every single character's existence in this game, Rapid Toga. Her alpha's knockdown was nerfed significantly, so now it knocks down a lot faster. The damage on the main boomerang and the returning boomerang was nerfed a bit as well at every single level. And finally, the slash portion of the Gamma was nerfed by quite a lot. One thing I know everyone was begging for was Nejire nerfs, and to be honest, Nejire got a good, decent rebalance in this patch. Her beta does less damage, but they actually buffed the beta knockdown value, so she gets an extra tick of damage, which makes up for that less damage, which is kind of weird. It's like they nerfed it, but they also buffed it, so I think it does more damage than it did before, but I'm not too sure on that. I don't know what her original value was before this patch, but if someone could let me know, it does 175 right here, and I have no tunes on this costume. So let me know if that's more or less. Her beta now takes more ammo, so you can't even hold it down for as long as you did before, and her special action was nerfed extremely bad, resulting in only 3 dashes. Before you could do 5. Now the final character to get nerfed today, damage-wise at least, is Hawks. Now, they nerfed this man by quite a bit. His alpha does less damage. I remember, this alpha used to do like 220 before. Now it does 190. That's over 30 damage loss. That's quite significant, to be honest. The tracking and the aimed versions of it. The projectile portion of the Gamma now does 20 less damage at every single level. His beta now has less ammo, so you cannot fly as long as you could before, which is basically reverting the buff they did a while ago, which allowed you to fly for a lot longer than he could when he originally released. This same change goes for the special action. He cannot fly for as long as he could before, and you can feel it. Now let's move on to the major ammo changes. These changes are very good, and I am extremely surprised that the devs did this. Okay, so first, Lemillion got buffed, believe it or not. It's a very small buff, but it's a buff nonetheless. His Gamma now has more ammo, allowing it to be held down for longer. And this is a pretty decent buff, I'm gonna be honest, this is great. Now Yellow Kiri actually gets 3 alphas at level 4, instead of having to go all the way to level 9. Tech Shoto's alpha at level 9 goes from 9 bullets to now 8. Aizawa got an insane buff. He now starts with 4 alphas instead of 3 at level 1, 5 alphas at level 4 instead of 4, and 6 alphas at level 9 instead of 5. His special action reload time was buffed as well, and it's quite a decent buff. And to be honest, I don't think he needed this, but hey, we'll take the buffs. Endeavor's special action reload speed was buffed a little bit as well, and to be honest, I feel like they could have made him fly faster, but we'll take it. Finally, for all of the reload speed changes, Compress's Beta and Gamma got reload speed reworks. His Gamma now has a buffed reload speed, but now it takes over 7 seconds to begin reloading after using one charge. If you use both charges, the penalty reload is still the same. Now for the final change of this entire patch, Red Shoto now has a whopping 350 HP. And overall, I think this is the best, the biggest, and the most impactful balance patch ever in this game. It took them almost a year to do this, but we got the changes we wanted. I think some more characters could have been touched, like Ochako, maybe some other characters too. I can't really think of on the top of my head right now. But they already did more than I expected, and I think everyone else will gladly take it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know what character you guys want to see next, see how the changes impacted them, and how do they play in the current game and the current meta. And I'll see you guys in the next one.